Good morning. We have still just a few more minutes left. I'm gonna grab my phone so I can check the time. Welcome. Good morning. We have about a minute left to go. I always recommend having blocks or a book or anything that you can bring your hand onto. It's always nice to have something to support us throughout the practice. And we'll start off this morning seated. And if sitting cross-legged position is uncomfortable for you, you can stretch the legs out long. You also can grab a pillow. I'm sitting on a pillow, which you guys can't see. That's why I'm so tall right now. Sitting on a pillow, you can sit on a pillow or a bolster as well. And as I have you guys closer to me, I'm going to show you a little breathing technique that we will be using today. So you'll do your fingers like so. I always think of Cam when I do this because it's like his little cheers thing he always does to me. So you'll have your fingers like so, and you will close your right nostril with the thumb and your left nostril with your pinky. And you breathe alternately. So you'll inhale, let's say through the left, and you close it with the pinky and you exhale through the right. And then you'll inhale through the right, close with the thumb, exhale through the left. So this is called alternate nostril breathing. So we'll be working with that today. And what it does is when you inhale through one side, exhale through the opposite side, it helps just create balance in the body. And it also can help like with sinuses and things of that nature. So you start with your hand like so, and then you would close right nostril with the thumb, breathe in through the left, close the left nostril with the pinky, exhale through the right. And we'll do that a little later on throughout the practice. But just wanted to show you guys that before I make my way to my mat. And I'm wearing all white today because today's class is going to be a Kundalini inspired flow. And when you practice Kundalini, you typically wear white. And it's just to kind of like a pure color, a color that energy can easily be moved through. So we're starting off this morning in a comfortable seated position. Again, legs crossed if you can. If that's uncomfortable, you can always sit on a block, a bolster. You can straighten out the legs. But root down through your sit bones, sit up nice and tall. Allow your hands to come to your thighs or your knees, and allow the eyes to close. And we'll take a couple cleansing breaths to go in this morning. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Exhale it out your mouth. Let it all go. Inhale again through the nose. Exhale out your mouth. Let it go. One more time, deep breath in through the nose. Exhale out your mouth. Let it go. And now just observe your normal breathing. As much as you can, taking your inhales and exhales through the nose. Tracing that breath from the low belly, through the sides of your waist, expanding the rib cage, and making its way to your heart. And on the exhale, it gently releases all back and down. Inhale again from the lowest part of your belly. Allow that air to travel all the way up into the heart. See if you can sip in just a little more air, filling up right below your collarbone. And exhale, gently release it all back and down. Maintain this nice, even breath. Soft and smooth breathing. Reminding yourself you're already practicing yoga here and now. And gently start to take some head circles here. So maybe the exhale, the head is down. The inhale, the head is up. So we're staying connected to our breath as we add just a little movement. And whichever direction you're moving, move in the opposite direction. And then allow yourself to come back to your neutral spine, rolling out the shoulders, taking the shoulders back and down. And then moving the shoulders in the opposite direction. Coming back to neutral, taking full body circles. So these are called Sufi circles. And you'll just start to warm up the hips and the spine. So though this is a Kundalini inspired flow, a lot of my flow is Kundalini inspired because I practice it pretty often. So these movements will be fairly familiar to you, and there'll be just a few that may not be, but it's easy to find it in your body. And you can take these circles either larger, either bigger. You can take them faster or slower. Just waking up the spine this morning, waking up the hips. And find a place, as we always do, to move in the opposite direction. And allow yourself to come back to neutral. We'll change the cross of our legs if you're sitting cross-legged. Just to find balance there in our bodies. Spinal flexus, so it's like a seated cat and cow. So you inhale, you open up the chest, you gaze up towards the ceiling. On the exhale, we scoop the navel back, roll the shoulders forward, head hangs loose. Inhale, open up. Exhale, release. And stay in tune with your breath. Inhale to open. Exhale, release. Few more rounds just like that. You may move faster, you may move slower, whatever feels really good for your body. It's early and it's a Monday, so your body may just be easing itself into the week. So be gentle with yourself. And allow yourself to find your neutral spine. Extend your arms out to the side. Then bring your hands onto your shoulders. So your elbows are out to the side. Try to keep a nice even plane from elbow to elbow, kind of like you would if you were in warrior two arms. Same thing here, but with your elbows. So try not to let them droop down or go too far up. Just keep them in a nice even plane. And we'll stick with that balance of the breath. So inhale one movement, exhale another movement. So we'll inhale to the left, exhale to the right. So go. And you're moving side to side. It might feel strange. In fact, if you haven't done it before, it's going to feel strange. That's okay. What you're doing is you're starting to, again, keep the spine warmed up. You're adding some movement through the sides of your waist. You're waking up the arms, the shoulders, the biceps, the triceps. And then you're connecting your breath with movement. So each inhale, we're on the left. Each exhale, we're on the right. And you may move faster, you may move slower. See if you can keep that evenness in the elbows. And when you twist to the side, take your elbow a little further back. So really getting into the shoulder blades, rotator cuffs, opening up the upper body. Last 10 seconds, keep on moving. Then allow yourself to come to center, keeping your hands exactly where they are, rooting down through your sit bones, keeping the elbows out to the side. Take a deep inhale, exhale out the mouth. Extend your arms up above you. We're doing something that's called the ego eradicator. You'll start to take your fingers and you'll bend them towards the palm of the hand. Your thumbs stay out and you just keep the thumbs out to the side. And we'll move through breath of fire, which are deep exhales through the nose, and your body will naturally inhale. We've done this before if you've practiced me. So coming into breath of fire, keeping your arms out to the side. And we'll be here for about a minute. So if your arms start to get tired, you can make like a little cactus arms with them. But as much as you can, try to keep the arms out to the side. Building that heat in the body by connecting to those exhales. Last few inhales and exhales here. If you start to get confused, just go back to your normal breathing. Take a deep breath in. Bring the thumbs into touch. Extend your fingertips up towards the ceiling. Take your arms a little further back towards your ears. Take another inhale here. Exhale. Take one more inhale. Hold your breath at the top. And on the exhale, release your fingertips down towards your mat. I know your arms are probably tired, or at least mine are. Bringing the fingertips down, close your eyes, and take a moment. And just find that grounding sensation from the sit bones up into the crown of the head. From your fingertips traveling through the arms up into the crown of the head. Allow yourself to feel deeply rooted and connected. Gently start to open your eyes, shake out those arms a little bit. And before we come out of seated, we'll do our alternate nostril breathing. So again, it's like a little cowabunga hand. You will take your thumb to your right nostril, and then your pinky will eventually cover the left, but we'll keep the left open for now. So we'll inhale through the left, close it with the pinky, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right, close with your thumb, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left, close with that pinky, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right, close with your thumb, exhale through the left. So you're just moving the breath side to side, using your thumb and your pinky to help guide the breath. And this is a great breathing technique to find balance in your body. as you balance out the breath from side to side. Last few inhales and exhales like this. And then allow your hand to come down, find your normal breath. Root down through your sit bones, elongate through the spine. Imagine you could breathe from the sit bones all the way up into the crown of the head. And we'll hold the breath for just a few inhales and exhales, or just a few moments because you're not breathing. So just hold at the top. And exhale, big sigh out of your mouth. Let it go. Great job, guys. Rolling over your shins, make your way into tabletop position. Shoulders over wrist, hips over knee. Taking a few rounds of cat and cow. Exhale, scooping for cat. Inhale, lengthening up for cow. And it's just like your spinal flexes that you did seated. Great job, guys. Allow yourself to come back to your neutral spine, tabletop position. Grounding down through your hands. On your inhale, extend your left leg straight back behind you. Flex through your toes. Draw the low belly in, firm into the right hip. And maybe you start to extend the right fingertips forward towards the front of the room. And we're just holding here. So we had a lot of movement at the beginning, moving our body side to side, a lot of energetic breathing. And now we're starting to find some holds, but stay connected to your breath. Last few inhales and exhales like this, extending back to the heel of that left foot, firming into your right hip. Draw the low belly back, then release the hand and knee down. Moving into it on the opposite side. Inhale extends the right leg straight back behind us. And then extend the left fingertips forward towards the front of the room. Getting nice and long here. Imagine you could send the breath from that front hand back into the heel of that right foot. Last few inhales and exhales. Keep grounding down through that right hand, firming into your left hip. Then release the hand and knee down. Take a couple rounds of cat and cow. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Allow yourself to come to your neutral spine, tabletop. Walk your hands just a little out in front of you and build that connection to the hands that we all know. So spreading the fingers evenly, planting down to the palms. Biceps forward, triceps back, that rotation in your upper arms. Extend your left toes back onto the mat, right toes back onto the mat. Find your plank pose. Pausing here in plank. Shoulders right over your wrists, extending back to the heels of the feet, drawing the low belly in. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it up and back. Downward facing dog. It's our first downward dog of the class, so feel free to move around a little bit. Bending each knee, pedaling out your feet, moving your hips from side to side. Then find stillness in your down dog, sending that energy from your hands up and back into your hips, extending your thighs back behind you, moving your chest closer to your thighs. Take an inhale. Exhale your hips down into plank pose. Pause here for a breath. Find that nice long line of energy from the crown of the head back into the heels of your feet. Then send it up and back, downward facing dog. Let's do that a couple more times. Take an inhale. Exhale the hips down into plank pose. So remember, you can take your knees down for plank if you need it. Keep grounding down through your hands. Send it up and back. Downward facing dog. Last time, exhale those hips down into plank pose. Option to take the knees down if you need it. We're lowering all the way down onto our bellies. Releasing our toes back behind us, bringing our foreheads down onto the mat. Keeping your shoulders or your elbows right over your wrist. Releasing your toes back behind you. pressing down to the tops of your feet so much your kneecaps lift. Inhale, lift your head, neck, and chest, cobra. Exhale it down. Inhale, head, neck, and chest, cobra. Exhale it down. One more time. Inhale, head, neck, and chest, cobra. Exhale it down. Press yourselves back into a child's pose. Big toes touch, knees apart. Extend your arms straight out in front of you. So remind yourself anytime throughout the practice you can find a child's pose. It's a great pose to connect back to your breath. Making your child's pose a little more active, extending your hands straight out in front of you, planning down through the palms. Find that rotation in the upper arms, even here, biceps forward, triceps back. And gently press yourself up in the tabletop, tuck your toes, pick up your hips, downward facing dog. Take a moment here in downward dog, soft and smooth breathing. Inhale, extend your right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Open up that right hip, circle the right hip, keeping all 10 fingers glued down onto the mat. Take the leg straight back behind you. Option to stay right here, or you'll exhale, knee to nose, and crunch it in. Inhale it up and back. Exhale, knee to nose, crunch it in. Inhale it up and back. Exhale, bend the knee, bring that right foot to the top of the mat. Left hand down, right fingertips up, find a twist and breathe. And take a moment here in your twist. So you're just waking up that left hip flexor and your right hamstring. And it's similar to your bird dog at the beginning of class. So one leg is extended back, one leg is stabilizing. Take an inhale. Exhale, release that right hand down. Step your left foot up to meet the right. Inhale to lengthen your spine halfway. Exhale, forward, fold it down. Ground down through your feet. Inhale takes the arms up above you. Palms press, hands to our heart center. Take a moment here. Connect back to your breath. Ground down through your feet. Send that energy up through the crown of the head. Inhale your arms up above you. Allow your palms to press, interlacing your fingers, point through your first finger. And we'll find a little bamboo stretch here. So we'll go up and over to the left. We'll bring it back to center. We go up and over to the right. Bring it back to center. Have a slight bend in your knees and find a little mini back bend in your upper back. So take yourself back just a tiny bit. And on the exhale, we forward fold it down. Great job, guys. Inhale to lengthen your spine halfway. On the exhale, get low enough to bring your fingertips on the ground. We're coming out of it the way we came in. So right foot stays, left toes to the back of the mat. Find your twist. Left hand down, right fingertips up. Great job, everybody. On the exhale, we'll release that right hand down. Lower your left knee down, sweep up your arms, low lunge, breathe. Maybe the palms press, you interlace your fingers and point through your first finger. And take a moment here, tailbone releases down, extending up through that top fingertip. And we're not taking a bamboo stretch from side to side, but we'll go just up and over to the right, just a tiny bit. We'll bring it back to center, and then we'll find that upper back bend. So just move the arms a little further back, open up the chest. Bring it back to neutral. Exhale, release the hands down, frame that right foot. Tuck your left toes, pick up your left knee, step back into plank pose. We're holding plank, 2 breaths. Deep breath in, deep breath out. One more deep breath in, send it up and back. Downward dog, take a moment. Soft and smooth breathing here. Inhale takes our left leg up and back.
opening up that left hip. So we're just waking up that left side. Take the leg straight back out, three-legged dog. Option to stay here. Exhale, knee to nose if you'd like. Inhale it up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale it up and back. Exhale, bend the knees. Step your left foot to the top of the mat. Right hand down, left fingertips up, and twist. Great job, guys. Firming into that left hip, extending back through the right leg. Maybe gaze up towards your top fingertips. Exhale, releases the left hand down. Step the right foot up to meet the right, and left foot, foot up to meet the left. Tongue twister there. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale it down. Ground down through your feet. Inhale takes the arms up above you. Palms press, hands to our heart center. Take a moment here, Tadasana Mountain Pose. Inhale the arms up above you. Interlace your fingers, point through your first finger. We'll find that bamboo stretch. So we'll ground down through our feet and we'll go up and over to the left. Come back to center. Go up and over to the right. Come back to center. Have a slight bend in your knees. And then take the arms a little further back towards your ears. Broadening through your collarbones. Find a little upper back bend here. Bring it back to neutral and exhale to swan dive down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, get low enough to bring your fingertips on the ground. Left foot stays where it's at. Right toes go to the back of the mat. So exactly how you came in. Right hand down, left fingertips up, twist, and breathe. Great job, guys. Exhale to release that left hand down. Release your right knee down. Sweep up your arms, low lunge, breathe. Maybe the palms come together, you interlace your fingers and point through your first finger. And just a little half bamboo stretch, so you only lean to the side that your leg is at, so you can stabilize. So you go up and over to the left, firming into that left hip, keeping your balance. Bring it back to neutral. And then take the arms a little further back towards your ears, broaden through your collarbones, find a little upper back bend here. Come back to neutral, release the hands down, frame your left foot. Tuck your right toes, pick up your right knee, step back into a plank pose, hold. 2 breaths. Grounding down through the hands just as much as you are the big toe mounds of your feet. Send it up and back, downward facing dog. Great job, guys. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale it out of your mouth. One more time, inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Great job, everybody. We're taking that flow just one more time. So we'll inhale the right leg up and back, opening up that hip. Circle that right hip. Take the leg straight back behind you. Option to stay here, or you'll exhale, knee to nose, crunch it in. Inhale it up and back. Exhale, knee to nose, crunch it in. Inhale it up and back. Exhale, bend the knee, step that right foot to the top of the mat. Left hand down, right fingertips up, twist. Bottom ribs forward, top ribs back. Find this twist in the upper body. Exhale, releases the right hand down. Step your left foot up to meet your right. Inhale to lengthen your spine halfway. Exhale it down. Ground down through your feet. Inhale, takes the arms above you. Palms press, hands to our heart center. Take a moment here, Tadasana Mountain Pose, and breathe. Inhale the arms up above you. Interlace your fingers, point through your first finger, Kali Mudra. We'll find our bamboo stretch, so we'll go up and over to the left. Bring it back to center, up and over to the right. Bring it back to center, slight bend in your knees. Take the arms a little further back towards your ears. Find an upper back bend. Bring it back to center and then swine. I keep saying swine. Swan, dive, I can't even say it. Forward fold. We'll just go with that. Inhale to lengthen up halfway. Exhale, release the fingertips down. Right foot stays where it's at. Take the left toes to the back of the mat. Great job, guys. Find your twist again. Left hand down, right fingertips up. It's tongue twister Monday for me, so we'll see how this goes. Thankfully, you know where you're going for the most part, so we're good. We've already done this once before. Exhale, releases the right hand down. Release the left knee down. Sweep up your arms. Low lunge. Breathe. Now take a moment here. Tailbone releases down, sitting up through your fingertips. Grounding down through that front foot, firming into the right hip. Allow the palms to press overhead. Interlace your fingers, point through your first finger, Kali Mudra. Now, option to stay right here. You may challenge your balance and open up the left side of your waist by going up and over to the right. See how that just lengthens the left side of the body? Then bring it back to center. And then take the arms a little further back towards your ears. Find an upper body back bend, so it's in the upper back. Bring it back to neutral. Release the hands down, frame that right foot. Step back into your plank pose. Again, we're holding plank 2 breaths. You can always have the knees down for plank. Take one last inhale and exhale. Send it up and back. Downward facing dog. Take a moment here. The inhale, we lift the left leg up and back. We open up that left hip, circling it out. Take the leg straight back behind us. Option to stay here, or you'll find the abdominals, knee to nose. Inhale the leg up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale the leg up and back. Exhale, bend the knee, step the left foot to the top of the mat. Find your twist, right hand down, left fingertips up, twist. Extending back to the right leg, firming into the left hip. Exhale to release the left hand down, stepping the right foot up to meet the left. Inhale, lengthens your spine halfway. Exhale it down. Ground down through your feet, come all the way up. Palms press, hands to our heart center. Take a moment, mountain pose, Tadasana. Inhale your arms up. Interlace your fingers, point through your first finger, Kali Mudra. Going up and over to the left for our bamboo stretch. We'll bring it back to center, up and over to the right. Bring it back to center, and then we'll forward fold it down. Great job, guys. Inhale to lengthen up halfway. On the exhale, get low enough to bring your fingertips on the ground. Left foot stays where it's at, right toes to the back of the mat. Find your twist once again, extending the left arm up above you. Exhale, releases the left hand down, lower the right knee down. Sweep up your arms, low lunge, breathe. Palms press overhead, interlace your fingers again, pointing through that first finger, going up and over to the left, stretching to the right side of our body. Bring it back to center. Finding that upper back bend, so taking the arms a little further back towards the ears. Coming back to neutral, release the hands down, frame your left foot, step back for our plank pose. 2 breaths here for plank. Soft and smooth breathing. Send it up and back. Downward facing dog. Great job, everybody. Start to walk your hands back towards your feet, and then find a forward fold. Hang loose a little bit, grab opposite elbows, and sway side to side. Release your fingertips down towards your toes. Have a slight bend on your knees, hands to your hips. Gently come all the way up to standing. Great job, everyone. And I'll turn to the side so it's a little easier to see. And I will mirror you guys. So we'll start off grounding down through our left foot, firming into our left hip. We'll hug our right knee in towards us. Just pause here. Find that balance here. Notice where your balance is at. Breathing down through that left foot, firming into the left hip. Take your left hand to the left hip, and then take the right knee out to the side. And just hold here for a few inhales and exhales. Notice where your balance is at. Bring it back gently to the front. Now take it out to the side. One more time, bring it back to the front. Take it out to the side, pause. Use your left or your right hand, grab a hold of your foot or your ankle, and bring it inside that left inner thigh. And just pause here for a moment. So if you know your tree pose needs to be a little bit shorter, you can take the foot down to the calf or the ankle. You can also just keep your hand here and practice your tree pose here with the support of your hand. If your balance is feeling good this morning, we'll take the hands to heart center. Great job, everybody. Taking your gaze just a little bit in front of you. Maybe extend the fingertips up towards the ceiling. Palms crossed, interlacing the fingers, pointing through the first finger, Kali Mudra. Connect within yourself. And then we'll gently come out of it, shake it out a little bit. Great job, everybody. Moving into it on the opposite side. So now the right foot, grounding down to the right foot, firm into your right hip. We hug the left knee in. So nothing fancy here, just hugging the left knee in, noticing where our balance is at from side to side. It's always different from side to side, and that's okay. We'll eventually get to a place where we balance out both sides of our body. Bring the right hand to the right hip, take your left knee out to the side, just hold here for a moment. Then bring it back in. Take it out to the side. Bring it back in. Take it out to the side. Use your hand to guide your foot inside that right thigh. Take a moment here. So you may just stay here today. That's perfectly fine. You may allow the hands to come to your heart. You may even grow those branches up towards the ceiling. Palms crossed, interlace your fingers, point through that first finger. And breathe here. And then exhale, gently release, shake it out a little bit. Come to standing at the top of your mat. Tadasana mountain pose. Grounding down through your feet, letting that energy move through the crown of the head. On the inhale, we take the arms up above us, Urdhva Hastasana. On the exhale, we forward fold, hinging from our hips, Uttanasana. Inhale to lengthen our spines up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Draw the chest in between the arms. On the exhale, plant your hands down, step back into plank pose. Knees up or down for plank. We're exhaling halfway down, Chaturanga. Rolling over our toes, drawing the chest in between the arms, upward facing dog, maybe gaze up. Exhale, roll over the toes, send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. So easing our bodies into a sun salute A. Breathing here. Remind yourself you can skip that Chaturanga to up dog anytime you'd like and go plank to down dog like we have throughout the class. Come high up into the heels of your feet, bend your knees, look up towards your hands, walk or jump to the top. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to fold. Inhale, circles the arms up above you, come to standing, palms press, hands to our heart center. Inhale, take the arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hinge from our hips, forward fold it down, Uttanasana. Inhale to lengthen our spines halfway, draw the chest in between the arms, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plants our hands down, moving through our vinyasa. We keep that same exhale for Chaturanga. We inhale for upward facing dog. And on the exhale, we send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here in down dog. Soft and smooth breathing. Come high up into the heels of your feet, bend your knees, look up towards your hands, walk or jump to the top. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to fold. Ground down through your feet, inhale, take the arms up above you, palms press, hands to our heart center. Inhale the arms up, exhale, forward fold it down. Inhale to lengthen, Exhale, plant the hands down, moving through your vinyasa, or you can skip it. And I'll show what you do when you skip. You hold plank, and then you move up and back for down dog. Great job, guys. Take a few breaths here. Soft and smooth breathing. Grounding down through your hands, sending that energy up and back into your hips. Sending your thighs back behind you, moving your chest a little closer to your thighs. Come high up into the heels of your feet. Bend your knees, look up towards your hands, walk or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Bend your knees so deeply. Your stomach can rest on your thighs. And as you do that, you feel that weight more into the heels of the feet, that weight into the hips. Keep your legs exactly how they are, then take the arms up, chair pose, Utkatasana. Maybe the palms press, maybe you interlace the fingers, pointing to the first finger, Kali Mudra. And keeping with our Kundalini inspired flow, we'll add breath of fire. So those exhales out through the nose. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out your mouth. Come up to standing. Hands meet at your heart center. Take a breath here. The great thing is, because you held that chair pose for so long, you're not taking it again. So you'll inhale the arms up. Exhale to forward fold it down. Inhale to lengthen up halfway. Exhale, plant the hands down, step back for your vinyasa, or again, you can skip it by holding plank pose. And then we'll meet up and back. Downward dog. Take a few breaths here in downward dog. Soft and smooth breathing. Inhale extends your right leg back behind you, three-legged dog. Just hold here. Keeping all 10 fingers glued down onto the mat. Pressing down through your hands, firming into the elbows, extending that energy up through that back foot. On the exhale, bend the knee, step the right foot to the top of the mat. Left hand down, right fingertips up. That twist from before. Breathe. Soft and smooth breathing. Release your right hand down. Ground down through the outer edge of your left heel. So your front foot's intersecting your back arch, or you have heel to heel alignment. And we're not windmilling up for warrior two. We're bringing that right forearm up to the thigh, taking our left arm alongside our ears, side ankle pose. So now you're drawing this nice long line of energy from the back foot up into your top fingertips, and you find another twist. Bottom ribs forward, top ribs back. Grounding down through your feet, inhale, the arms take you up. Now we find warrior two and we hold. Everything stays the same in the feet. Grounding down through the front foot, through the outer edge of the back foot. Nice deep bend in the knee, tracking with the second toe. And breathe. Great job, guys. Straighten out your right knee. Shorten your stance if you need to. Shifting our hips to the back of the room, lengthen forward over that right knee. Hand comes down to your shin, your ankle. If you have a block, hand to your block. And I'll ask you today, if you have a block, take the block behind the ankle. Allows you to open up a little bit more. And extend the fingertips up towards the ceiling. And now that this front leg is straight, we ground down to the big toe mound of the front foot. See if you can still find that rotation of the knee tracking with the second toe, and your right thigh will start to firm. Breathe here. Ground down through your feet. Your next inhale, left arm helps pull you up to standing. Parallel your feet with your mat. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Inhale to lift your head, neck, and chest. Exhale, wide leg forward fold. Let yourself hang loose. Taking the arms up above you. If that's uncomfortable, you can always bring the fingertips down towards the mat. Breathe here. Soft and smooth breathing. Grounding down evenly through your feet, rolling your inner thighs back, keeping your hips right over your heels. Last few breaths here. Ground down through your feet. Your next inhale, the arms help pull you all the way back up. Shake out those arms a little bit. Great job, guys. Take your left foot to meet the right at the top of the mat. Bend your knees, sit your hips nice and low. Our good friend chair pose. Sweep up those arms, breathe. Palms press overhead, interlace the fingers, point to the first finger, Kali Mudra. Find that breath of fire. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out your mouth. Come up to standing. Palms press, hands to your heart center. Take a moment here, Tadasana Mountain Pose. Inhale the arms up above you. Exhale, hinge from the hips, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale to lengthen your spine halfway. Exhale, plant the hands down, Vinyasa, or you can skip it. If you're taking Vinyasa, we exhale down, Chaturanga. Inhale for upward dog. Exhale the hips up and back, down dog. Great job, guys. Take a moment here. Connect back to your breath. Down dog is like your home pose. You always come back here. So just take a moment to settle here in your down dog. On the inhale, we take the left leg up and back. We're just holding. Even your abdominals work here by keeping that leg lifted. Grounding down through your hands, sending that energy up and back into that leg. On the exhale, we'll bend the knee, we'll step the foot to the top of the mat. We'll find our twist, right hand down, left fingertips up, twist. Breathe. On the exhale, we'll release the left hand down. Ground down to the outer edge of your right heel. You may walk your left foot a little more over to the center of the mat. So your front foot's intersecting the back arch, or you have heel to heel alignment. We'll bring the left forearm up into the thigh, right arm alongside our ears, side angle pose. Grounding down through our feet, we come all the way up, warrior two. Hold here. Straighten out that left knee. Option to grab a hold of your block if you'd like. Take an inhale, take an exhale, shift your hips to the back of the room, lengthen forward for your triangle pose. Taking that block outside the ankle if you're using a block or a book today. Gazing up towards your top fingertips. Draw that left hip up and back. Grounding down to the big toe mound of your front foot, the outer edge of your back foot. Ground down through your feet. On your inhale, allow that right arm to help pull you up to standing. Parallel your feet with your mat. Interlace your fingers behind the back. Inhale to open up the chest. Exhale, wide leg forward fold. Let your head hang loose. Breathe. Great job, guys. Ground down through your feet. Your inhale, the arms help pull you up to standing. Stepping your feet to the top of the mat. You know where we're going, our good friend chair pose. Bend those hips nice and low. Chair pose, sweep up the arms. Palms press, interlace your fingers. Point to that first finger, find your breath of fire. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out of your mouth. Come up to standing. Hands meet at your heart center. Take a moment here, mountain pose, Tadasana. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands down, making your way through a vinyasa if you choose, or you'll meet us in downward dog. We'll all meet up and back. Downward facing dog. Great job, guys. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale it out your mouth. One more time. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Forward fold at the back of the mat. You can grab opposite elbows, sway side to side. Take a moment here. Allow yourself to come back to neutral, releasing your fingertips down towards your toes. Allow your hands to come to your hips, light bend in your knees, come all the way up to standing. Make our way to the top of the mat. Soft and smooth breathing here. I'll keep myself at the center because I know what's coming next for me and I need some room. Sit your hips nice and low, chair pose. Palms press, interlace your fingers, point through your first finger, Kali Mudra, connect deeper within. Skipping our breath of fire here. Ground down through your feet. Put a little more weight into that right foot. Start to hover your left. And see if you can take your left leg back behind you, lengthening yourself forward, warrior three, keeping with that Kali Mudra connection. Great job, guys. To come out of it, have a slight bend in your right knee, release the left toes to the back of the mat, find a crescent pose. Exhale, release your hands down. I'll move more into the frame so you can see me. Extend the left leg straight up and back again, finding your standing split. Breathe here. Then release the left foot down to meet the right, and we're in a forward fold at the top of the mat. And we just hang loose, we breathe. Left side will be a little easier because your brain knows, okay, this is where we're moving. So it takes some of that surprise out that you have on the right. Ground down through your feet, hands on your hips, make your way up to standing. Great job, guys. Bending your knees, sit your hips nice and low, chair pose. Palms press, interlace your fingers, point through your first finger, Kali Mudra. I'll scoot myself back so I have a little more room. Grounding down through the left foot, hover the right leg up, and then take it up and back. And I'll have to scoot back a little more than I thought. Warrior three. Then release the right toes down, crescent lunge, still with your Kali Mudra. Great job, guys. Release your fingertips down. We did this last week, standing split. Your hands can be on blocks here as well, taking the leg up and back. It's just like your warrior three, but now you have your hands to help find your balance. And then we'll release the right foot down and meet the left. And we're at a forward fold. Let's take a cleansing breath here. Big inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. It's our last chair pose. So bend your knees, sit your hips nice and low. Our good friend chair pose, sweep up those arms. And then we'll lower all the way down to seated. Probably your favorite chair pose you've had all day. Great job, guys. Take the heels together, the knees apart. Butterfly pose, Baddha Konasana, sitting up nice and tall here. You may stay upright because you've done all this opening today. If you'd like, you may hinge from your hips. Take your head down towards your toes and forward fold. And then inhale yourself. Gently back up, hands outside your knees. Bring your feet onto your mat. Rolling down onto our backs. Walking your feet in into your knees or right over your ankles. Windshield wiper your knees side to side. Allow the legs to come to neutral. Lifting up for a couple bridge poses. So we'll ground down through our feet. On the inhale, we gently pick up the hips, tuck and roll the shoulders underneath us, interlacing the fingers behind the back. Bridge pose. So you allow your feet to be parallel with your mat. Your knees are parallel with the mat, nothing splaying out to the side or folding in. And we breathe here. On the exhale, we gently release the hips down and windshield wiper our knees from side to side. Allow the legs to come back to neutral. Lifting up for one more bridge pose. Ground down through your feet. Inhale, gently picks up the hips, tuck and roll your shoulders underneath you, interlacing your fingers behind the back. Breathe here. And exhale it down. Hug your right knee in towards you. Then hug the left knee in towards you. Each hand is on one knee, and you'll start to take some hip circles here. And then whichever direction you're moving, move in the opposite direction. Hug both knees in towards your chest. We're coming into our last Kundalini inspired pose, which is stretch pose. So as you release the legs down. And you release your hands down by your side. And we'll start to find a little lift. So it's like a crunch. So we start to lift up, looking down towards our toes, taking our arms off our mat, our shoulder blades are off our mat, and then you can start to hover. Maybe you just hover one foot, you keep one leg down. Maybe you hover both feet. If you're doing one foot, make sure to switch about halfway through and I'll let you know where that's at. So if you're doing one foot, take the opposite leg up. If you have both legs up, just keep on holding. We're almost there. Draw the low belly in. You're almost there. Stretch pose. And then we release. Hug your knees back in towards your chest. That'll make a really good shavasana because you did just a little more work right before you relax. Take the arms out to the side. Find your twist. Dropping the knees over to the right-hand side. Gaze into the left. And inhale the legs to center. Exhale them over to the opposite side. Inhale the legs to center. Hugging the knees in towards your chest. Happy baby pose. Heels of the feet up towards the ceiling. Grab the outside edges of your feet. Release your thighs down. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Allow your forehead to come up towards your knees. Squeeze tight like a ball, as tight as you can. Giving yourself love and gratitude for your practice this morning and trying something new and different. On the exhale, release the arms and legs out away from the body. Our final resting pose or shavasana. And just allow everything to melt down onto the mat. Relaxing the muscles around the eyes, for there's nothing left to see. The muscles around the mouth, there's nothing left to say. And if ideas come to mind, acknowledge them and allow them to pass, giving your body permission to relax. If you're ready to come out of Shavasana, you can begin to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. If you'd like to stay in your Shavasana, please feel free to do so. Rolling your wrists, rolling your ankles. Extending your arms back behind you for a full body stretch back. Hug your knees in towards your chest, rolling over to the side, and gently pressing yourself up to any comfortable seated position. Allowing your eyes to close, hands meet at your heart center. We'll interlace our fingers and point through our first finger again, Kali Mudra. And then we take the wrist more towards the heart, so we're pointing out towards each other. Honoring the light or what is good in you as you honor the light or what is good in others. And keep connecting deep within ourselves. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. Happy Monday. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them now. You can always email me as well. And if not, I will be back. I have to get water because now I'm dying of thirst. I will be back on Wednesday. Hey, you. Good to see you. Thank you. Thank you. I'll see you guys soon. Have a good one.
Thank you. Thanks.